Hey, and thank you so much for tuning into this video. As you know, on a Wednesday, we do Wednesday money tips. We speak about personal finance, speak about anything money or anything related to money. This week, as an organization, we made a decision internally to suspend Wednesday money for today, and that is just in honor of those that have lost their lives during this time. We've seen that this thing has come closer to home, and every single day we hear of someone that we know that passed away. And so we don't want to be insensitive to come and speak to you about money. But we want to say to you that as an organization, we care about your loss. We are deeply saddened by the amount of people that have lost their lives during this time. We also think about those that are currently ill and that are recovering from this novel coronavirus. We want to encourage those that are testing positive to not treat this as a death sentence. COVID is not a death sentence. I am of the opinion that the minute people find out that they tested positive for COVID, they go into a state of anxiety, a state of panic, a state of fear. Yes, your body has certain signs, and you might not have experienced what your body experiences. But I do believe that when we go into a state of fear, that our body responds differently in terms of fighting the disease. We need to try and keep our level of vibration very high, and you can do that through affirmations, you can do that through confessions, you can do that through prayer, you can do that through confessing the promises of God over your life. We want to encourage you not to throw in the towel. If you are in hospital, if you are at home and you're listening to this, we want to say to you that you will make it through this time. Any negative thought, yes, there are so many thoughts, there's so much propaganda. Doctors, scientists, everyone has something to say about this. Perhaps it's time that you select what you want to hear and listen to things that's going to build up your spirit, that's going to build up your faith, that's going to build up your belief. If it means disengage from social media, because every time when you log into social media, you see someone, you hear about it, and all of that creates anxiety, fear, and panic. Perhaps if you're ill, try to disengage. Read your Bible, pray, do your confessions or your declarations, but work on strengthening your inner being. We also want to urge every single person in South Africa to apply wisdom during this time. We heard about this. We were warned about this. When lockdown was implemented, there was a lot of models of projections of how many people will get infected, how many people will die if this thing is not taken seriously. And yet we're experiencing it on a daily basis. So let us, as the president has also said, this is now in our hands. We can no longer um, uh, rely on the government with lockdown and protocols and all these other things. We need to take responsibility. We need to make sure that we wear our masks, we wash our hands, we keep social distancing. So many times we just ignore the protocols, or at least the recommendations that comes from scientists, the World Health Organization, even from our government. Let us adhere to these protocols, these restrictions, because many people in our society are vulnerable in terms of their immune system being compromised through various illnesses. And we've also seen that some people that don't have underlying illnesses also didn't survive. So this thing is in our hands, people. As a human race, I believe we have what it takes to conquer any crisis. And we can conquer, and we will conquer COVID-19. But I plead with you, do not become a casualty of COVID-19. Lastly, we want to honor those that are on the front line, because I think they are at the moment the most exposed people, and their families also, because these people are your metro cops, your doctors, your nurses. These are the people that are on the front line, the people working in the shops, your Pick and Pays, your Checkers, all these places. Let's protect them. Let's make sure that when we go there, we encourage them and we thank them for being on the front line, because they are the most exposed, and they go back to their families and potentially infect their families. So let us honor them, and let us show respect. Let us not fight against the system unnecessarily. Let's not fight unnecessarily. Let's just get through this thing. This was supposed to be 2020, but see where we find ourselves. On behalf of our organization, we just want to once again say, keep the faith, run this race. There's one thing that encourages me and that has kept me during this time, is that fear is not of the Lord. And so whenever you experience fear and anxiety, then you need to ask yourself, what am I listening to? What am I reading? Because this thing comes in through the eye gates and through the ear gates. And so do an assessment of what are you consuming, what is paralyzing you with fear, what is paralyzing you with anxiety, and disconnect from that, and plug yourself into something that's going to lift you up. Because when you get sick in a state of anxiety and fear, it's a dangerous place to be in. So thank you so much for tuning in. As I said, we decided to suspend Wednesday Money for today, and just to share a message of support and a message of hope with our followers, with our friends, with our customers, and everyone else that happens to watch this video. May God bless you, and stay in the faith. Thank you so much.